honestly, this is good to document. I did not feel like coming today because I was feeling a little stressed about some finance stuff and just some stuff with the edits that I made weren't really quite right for a video. So I was like, I just started telling myself the story and I cut myself off part way of like, what I'm doing is not good enough and it's not worthwhile. It's like, it's never good enough kind of thing. Like, oh, okay. It's not what we want to be speaking over ourselves regularly. And didn't feel like coming to the gym, but Jana's at Pilates right now, just behind me. So really grateful that we got in, and I think it's a great opportunity to remind of like the compound effect, and that's what the gym is. It's a compound effect of doing it day after day. You don't do it all at once, but sometimes in business, for example, I'll be like, I've got to do it all at once. Like I've got to do this massive day all at once. But even big launches and stuff like that are never the result of just like one event out of nowhere. It's like an accumulation of your brand and like your efforts over time. They compound over time as long as you treat it that way. If you go in every session trying to make gains just all in that session, it doesn't work. But you can always, as long as you get in each day and you're intentional about it, even if you're not feeling your best, it'll compound and you'll do some cool stuff over time, over years, bro. So I just got to remember, this is a great reminder of it as I talk it through. That's what I got to do. That's what I'm doing with my business. Like, I'm getting a little caught up and I've got to do it all at once. And of course, there are elements of like, yeah, I can make stuff work, but it's also remembering that we can do it all at once. So we'll have a little pray and do this set and keep compounding, just like how we will for business. I instantly felt better as soon as I turned this camera on because I'm like, okay, I'm actually going to speak my thoughts out now instead of just holding them all in my head. And instantly reminded of that compounding effect, which is very, very powerful. And I think we underrate how powerful that is a lot of the time, even when we know how it works. All right, we got some cool stuff we're doing. Let's get it. This is right in my face. Hamstrings are feeling that lying hamstring curl. 80 kilograms. Bit of a mission, bro. Put 60 on. And go on there, drops it. Wow, I just absolutely hit a wall with that. That stopped sooner than I expected it to. It's all gravy, baby. It actually feels pretty good. Pretty good. Maybe we'll do one more little cheeky drop set for that and then move on to the next exercise. Yeah. Maximum muscular muscle fiber recruitment, some speed. Alright, wipe this down, get some calf raises going on over here. Nice and easy. But yeah, when we focus too much on the short term, this is almost, it's like me coaching myself. Me, a message to past Kaey-Lib or future Kaey-Lib speaking to current Kaey-Lib. Look, you might feel like you need to do it all at once, but it'll always work out because you always have worked it out. And the dates that you're thinking of with business and all that stuff will come and go. You'll still be here. Unless you're not, and then you don't have to worry about it. So we'll just keep doing our thing. Move over to some calf raises over here. A little bit. Just keep finding somewhere crafty for the phone to go. Zoom in a little bit. Give you the full calf raise experience. Actually, maybe not too zoom, 2x. Be that much is good, I think. Yeah. So, just starting off with some hammy stuff. Move this. To be honest, this was probably the side to put it on from the jump. But yeah, some hammy stuff. Bit of calf stuff now. Just do a little primer. Ooh-wee. Especially because I was just warming up now. Because I'm running every day now. The leg work is really, really important, especially the calf work, to actually use more of the muscular side of things legs wise. Otherwise you're just using all tendon, and really helps to have what we call a muscle tendon buffer. So when you use the muscles more so like how I'm doing now, see this pause, 1, 2, 3, up, you're taking away all the momentum, and you're really maximizing the amount that you use your muscles as opposed to just the tendons, and it really helps to offset that load. Otherwise your tendons just constantly taking it, and that's where people get like Achilles tendon pain, Achilles tendinopathy, or like just other tendon and joint problems tends to come from not enough nice muscular loading through a good range of motion. So that's something I'm really big on. I found that before I've gone through periods of time where I like strain my calves a little bit, or like real sore around like this, what they call the muscular tendinous junction, basically where the tendon, this small bit, meets the muscle, which you could say is also small on me, but this bit here, and as a result of that, you can get real sore there, and most people think to start massaging it, massage the calves, or like rest. And resting can sort of deal with the problem, but the biggest thing that I forget sometimes, even myself knowing these things, is strength training, or even like Tibetan or penguin walk kind of things. That's the first time, like I remember the last time that this happened, I had went to a seminar type of thing. My brother and I both went, which was pretty cool because we were both like very, could perform very well athletically. We basically, I was having that sore bit and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do some of the stuff. And one thing they got us to do is like the priming exercise, the warm-up stuff was like penguin walks like this. So it's like a mix of Tibetan raises. Like one foot goes up, Tibetan raise, and the other goes calf raise. And just by doing that for a bit and actually fully extending the calf of this side each time, the pain that I was having, or that kind of like, that ache went away straight away, and you're like, oh, that's right. Strength training, and because I'd been using my little massage gun and all that, strength training is honestly like one of the best things. And we can forget sometimes like the basics. Honestly, everything I'm saying now is relating back to business and expanding your time horizon, focusing on the basics. Honestly, sometimes you're a bit blind to it. I think in business in particular, I've kind of thought that I have to do things a certain way, and was just like, or like have certain deadlines and timelines, and because it's like money, most people have that association with money. You're so closely associated with it, you're like, well, it's not going to work if you keep looking at it that way, or you're going to stress yourself out. And most of us have that funny relationship with money. Well, I have had that at least, and I'm continuing to progress in my relationship with money. But it's just like, because business is so close with the numbers and that, sometimes you forget that like it's a journey like of lifestyle, and continuing to do it and enjoying the process. It's like I wouldn't come to work out every day if I was hating it, or like do a training style that I hated. But sometimes we're like switched on with one thing and we could forget to translate it over to another, that's the thing for myself. I realize in business now, I'm trying to make, or thinking of it and building it up to get all the results in one session, one day. And yesterday we talked about something like letting stuff like accumulate. Just like you just got to do one thing, That's it, like one gym session, one post, one thing that moves your business forward today, every single day, and that's it. Like, and you just trust the results of that. And we can do things to really dial it in and progress as fast as possible. And that's understanding the basics, but then utilizing them and trusting them to their time frame is going to be really big. So I've chatted for a while there. We'll put maybe 200 kilograms on there for some calf raises and have a little pray. Ah, shoot, that's heavy. Okay. All right, that may in fact be a little bit too heavy for the young thick pick. I like doing about 3 odd reps, but that was a real struggle there. But I got good stretch at the bottom, which I really like, holding that stretch for like a 3 count at the bottom where you really feel your calves go. Ooh. Okay, so outside, I'm gonna go get some water. I think I can face my phone. No, you won't really be able to see it anyway. But one thing I really enjoy with this style, and you're gonna hear it, is just doing this rolling style of video where I'm like, I'll do this and then I'll go into the next thing and the next thing and just like have fun with it. Not really have to edit it too heavily, whip it together. My thing is like live video style, so, and that's one of the things. I'm editing a video for Yana, and I think she's looking for something more heavily edited, just a bit more stylized, you know, which is different to my style, but that's good. And being that I'm making the video for her, I will take that feedback on and keep making, keep creating. So we're gonna sit here for a bit, keep chatting. Just walk past the Pilates studio. Yana's still in there, pushing herself, which is good. And honestly, if I'm being honest, I did have a bit of a cry before this because I was looking at some stuff with the finance stuff and I was getting real consumed in like the moment. I've got this deadline in my mind of like the 25th and I'm making that like death. Like if I don't meet this deadline, it's death. It's the 20th today. And so it's like every little thing that happens, I'm letting it really get to me. And then I get upset that I'm letting it get to me. So I just like allowed myself to fully cry and feel that today. Because hey, everyone's got something. It's like, it's because I care about it that it carries such emotional weight, but it's like you've got to recognize that if you care about something enough, you have to be able to regulate emotionally, like still express yourself and feel that stuff, but be able to like not be a slave to your emotions. They're a tool that we're given to be able to utilize, not something to suppress like we talked about in yesterday's video, but something to be able to find a way to express in a healthy way, especially as men. They are a great thing that we are given. Also, how sick's this shirt? Old school Fighting Power Gym Dragon Ball Z shirt. Absolutely love it, bro. One of my favorite shirts. I don't really wear it that much, but it's leg day today, so no singlet. Sometimes I wear a singlet for leg day. But yeah, just get a little consumed in like thinking that we've got to do things a certain way, and you know, we can. Yeah, but I recognize that I was doing that, and now it's great that I actually have come out of the house to the gym, because it just like it's a pattern interrupt when you change your environment. So change environment, now we're at the gym, and now I'm actually utilizing principles and like looking at things that translate over to business directly as well. So for example, business, even if I look at the time horizon that we've been in business, the timeline for business, or the time that we've been in business, I've been in business since 2019. So that's 6 years this year in June. And we've built some like if I'm just looking at mine, I've built some really cool stuff as a result of that. And when I'm taking it to the next level, it feels very stressful financially. It always feels like that. It's like, well, it always can feel like that. You're always going to be in those relatively difficult situations. The difficulty will always scale relative to your skill level. Otherwise, you're just not growing. So it's like how you react to that is everything for like the entire journey of life. Because, we just keep finding more and more meaningful challenges. And unless you don't, because I was writing today, it's like people that work a job, for example, they have more of the long-term stability or the perception of that. This is nothing against that, but I'm like, you do also like, and this is the problem that I find most guys have with having a job. They're like, it dulls my perception of it, or like, so I don't feel all the danger and the risk, but they also don't really feel any joy or anything as a result. And because the job takes up so much time, that's just their whole life. Even as I said that, I was like, oh, maybe I should get a job. But the stability is in skills and like trusting that, having faith. If God tells me to get a job, I'll get a job. But and a fun thing about being at this new gym, they got some cool equipment. So the variation, I'm going to use the pendulum squat after this potentially, if it's available. Just some fun stuff. Or maybe a leg press or something, because I'm focused a bit more on the glutes right now actually. I could squat, but I just don't really feel like it. But yeah. Anyway, the time horizon for which I've been in business is 6 years this year. How long I've been working out is a little bit longer than that. I think I've been working out since I was, my days, 16. So it has been 10 years. And then people be like, bro, your physique's great and that kind of thing. I enjoy it. They're like, wow, you're so jacked, but it's like, how long you've been training for 10 years? Not crazy bodybuilding kind of size or anything, because it's just not how I train, not the goal, but it's like, it's a passable physique and like very capable body. But it's like, that time horizon, sometimes we forget, you're like, I've got to have a massive business and have it all figured out yesterday. But that's like the same as being like, I've got to be jacked yesterday. I've got to put on like 10 kilograms of muscle tomorrow. You've got to be able to delay that gratification and train accordingly, trust that the results will compound over time. This is my little reminder to do that with business as well. And a reminder for anyone watching along for the journey. I got little shark socks on today, and that did also remind me of something. So I had to cry, and like I find that when I get more emotional, I'll scroll, and then get more anxious as well, and then tend to perpetuate. But sometimes it's alright to have a little scroll. But a lot of my For You page right now is like actually stuff that is quite encouraging in this time. And one of them was like, just remember, like a reminder that like one of the greatest gifts that we have and tend to take for granted every day is a healthy, happy body and a sound mind. It's like, because without those, it's just like everything is dulled. So,
yours?
Yes, they are. Oh my goodness. Sorry, thank you so much. I completely forgot it.
And I was like, is someone using this?
Cool.
I'm not sure.
That's cool. Thank you so much. What's your name, sorry?
Courtney.
Courtney.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Oh my goodness. Bro's head is not in the game. He almost left behind his $300 camera kit, and I just popped it on the floor kind of hard. Oh my goodness. So, our health. Oh my goodness. I'm really grateful for that. Our health is one of our greatest assets, mind and body and spirit. The 3 levels. So, it's something to be grateful for. And I do forget sometimes, And because I found that sometimes it's like you don't want to set too low a standard for yourself, but I think that's based in fear. It's like, oh, I'm afraid that, for example, for me, because I've had issues with like porn in the past, where it's like any day that I don't do that, like, and I haven't done it for the last, like, since the first day of 2024 actually, or since the last day of 2023 was my last time. But sometimes I'm like, oh, it's not good enough. Like, you kind of sweep that accomplishment under the bed. And it makes sense when you're trying to strive for more, but you can forget, like, any day that you're not doing that is actually a blessing, because it used to be this thing that tormented me every single day, and I thought I'd never be free of it, and now I am. And it's like you tend to just forget, and sometimes we're like, oh, because I'm scared that if I do that I'll become complacent and rest. But it's like, just like getting money, for example. It's like money is an amplifier. Those things are amplifiers of who you are. So to actually be grateful for that and express that gratitude compounds as well. And you get more out of life that way. So let's do it. Oh, I might do 180 or maybe 170. Give that a crack, slightly higher volume. Oh. Oh. One little drop set as well. Maybe we'll go 150 just for a slightly rounded out volume. 10% drop. Alright, that was not the cleanest at the end there, but we got those extra reps out. Oh, my hands and my eyes, and having fun. So now, I don't think I've stopped the video yet. We'll go on to do some leg pressing type movement. Ooh. Across the gym we go. 20 minutes in, pretty good. Pretty good so far, pretty good. Here's the gym. So, what am I going to do? Kind of just having some fun, hey? It's been a while since I've done too much heavy leg stuff or anything. Maybe we can use one of these little leg presses. That's a hack press. Oh, they got the pendulum squat here. My thing is I'm focusing more on the glutes right now. Maybe this funny machine. Maybe just a normal leg press. Because the one over there has like the arc to it. Yeah. Well, these kind of arc as well. I think I might not fit into those. I think that the arc of that might suit the glutes more. Let's just do this one. Bit of fun. We'll set up. It's one of these ones with the funny like 2 foot pedals, so they'll move independently. And good thing is I've got my keys and stuff here. Put this over there. Set you up down here. Maybe over here, because you can kind of see me that way. What are we seeing? Yeah, we can kind of see some stuff. Slight zoom in. Alright, and you'll just see me setting stuff up now. So, yeah, it's this might end up just all being one clip. It's great to have that perspective reminder of like, just use this. That reminder of like, yeah, you don't got to do it all at once. You actually won't. You probably won't end up doing it all at once. And that's okay. And that it's a beautiful, really fun thing to be able to. Oh, they got one of these ones as well. Okay, it's not as good as the other one. A beautiful thing to be able to experience is the joy of not doing it all at once. Because, you know, part of the joy of this physical life is the fact that we experience time. Experience it as a result of time, which means that, you know, things take time. Okay. Oh my. That's pretty cool actually doing the 2. And I fit into this machine well. Oh shoot. Oh wow. That feels so heavy on one side. On my right side that feels so heavy. Wow, that really exposes the difference in leg strength. sick. It's actually like double split squats. Oh man, that right knee, that right leg is actually nice to point out the disparity between the two actually. We might just pump these out for a bit, this weight. Oh man. Really getting exposed here. Whew. Oh, I can go a couple more. Oh man, that right leg's coming down fast. Okay. Ooh, keep the speed the same. Ish. God. All right, knees down slowly. Oh goodness, far out. That was kooky, bro. That was kooky. I haven't used one of these in a while. The 2 separate leg presses. That was cool though, very cool. I'm actually stoked to be at this gym here. And initially, with this, had trepidation about being here because I was like, oh, the equipment's not that great. But for some reason this time around, I am loving the equipment here. It's great. Sorry, mate. Yeah. So I'm just all around having lots of fun. I think at this period of time, where I don't really want to train as much, really helps with making it good for the mind and body to actually get the training done, because it's I think you can see me, it's just super duper important to do, especially when you don't really feel like doing it in the short term. It's like kind of that battle between the spirit and the flesh. So the flesh being like what most people would call like pleasure or being impulsive, that kind of thing, and the spirit being that more of like delayed gratification, like genuine joy, fulfillment, satisfaction. Let me move this. So it's really good to get out here and get a reminder of that physically. For most, because we're physical beings, you know, if you can experience something, then you can really take the lessons away much faster and apply them. So I find for myself being able to physically experience this stuff, especially for me, it's a good reminder of all these business principles and that we talk about. You know, it's like they say as well, you kind of know all the answers already. More often than not, it's about implementing them. And it's like you do really well if you just listen to your own advice, like that you give to other people. But we tend to put these blocks on, like, oh yeah, people tend to think that they're the exception. They're like, oh yeah, rules for thee, but not for me. You know, but everyone, the majority of people, well, if everyone thinks they're the exception, they're going to be wrong. You know, the exception's there because it's the exception. But a lot of people that tend to think they're the exception are actually the exact thing that's like, yeah, you're exactly not the exception, you know? So yeah, just being able to do all of this stuff, put it into physical practice, just makes a huge difference. And, you know, like I said, for me, it's good to have the schedule to do this stuff consistently, to lock in, as it were, and just like be taking care of myself physically. Makes oh cool, you can make this a single leg press, okay, but I don't want that. Pretty nifty devices here actually. It's good for me to be able to put it all together and you know, not get too wrapped up in my own head, in my own world. It's just good because then it's also physically good for the body. It's all good for the mind to get out, do stuff like running every day and lifting weights and like doing martial arts every day and getting to do business. Like I forget that sometimes business is just like that. It's a privilege and a fun thing to be able to do. But a lot of the time, because we attach our livelihood to that, then we can get a bit, but you know, just like with gym and that, it's like our livelihood is actually attached to it just on a longer time horizon. So those things can add up either positively beneficially or negatively over time. So it's like if you neglect that, your health, your physical health, your mind's health, and that it'll build up over time. It'll compound over time, but similarly, if you look after it, you'll have a great effect over time. Same with business. It's like if you look after it, you nurture that business every single day, it'll have a massive effect over a longer time period. And look, I get it, like when guys get very obsessed with like the short term, I gotta make money now. It's like, okay, why don't we treat the business with health and that? Like you can always go get a job to look after your health, to look after, like to take care of the monetary side of things. You can always do that. Like there are plenty of jobs. Even like I was saying today with myself, I've been considering getting a job the last the last couple months, but just the last couple weeks I decided that, well, I asked God and it's like, no, that's not the right thing to do right now. Maybe in the future, but for now it's just like take what I'm doing now, like really commit to it. And today I made a YouTube video, I think that would be up, of like how I basically unretired. So like I hadn't officially said anything yet online officially. Since like 2023, I was like, yeah, I retired at 25, and then I got a little lost since then. It's like all my things took a kind of not backslid, but I stumbled on the path. This is another thing that is a good reminder for myself. You're always on track, even with working out. It's like if you have time doing something else, you're always actually on track. And as a result of that, like sometimes we get a little bit in our own head about, oh, I'm off track, or this or that. But we're actually literally always on track, exactly where we're supposed to be. So there's no such thing as getting back on track. It's like you're always just on it. You just continue walking the path with God. Even when you think you haven't been, you've been walking in some way with Him. So absolute blessing to be able to do this. And yeah, even with business, with getting a job and that, I can do that. I can get a job if I need to. For now, it's like really committing to my business fully, which is what I'm doing. But long-term focus, long-term. Just realized today I've been having a very short-term focus in my business. I've got to make this amount in this many days. It's like, well, normally when you start thinking like that, it doesn't happen because you're trying to force it. But if you think about the long-term, that stuff, the results, they'll come when they come, and normally come pretty quickly, especially if you're skilled. So I'm going to remember that for myself. It's good. Anyway, let's have a little pray, really set. All right, let's get a few quality reps in. Oh my goodness, the right leg won't go. It just won't go. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. And then the left side. Ah. Oh, I'm cramping up now too. Oh my goodness. Couldn't move that on the right leg, bro. Let's try one more time. Lock in, bro. Okay, that right leg. Whew. This machine really showing a glaring strength difference between the two legs. And my right knee is often the one that has a little bit of pain or issues. So this is great to be able to focus on, actually, because it's really bringing to light some issues I did not think I had. So now I'm gonna go here. But that's the beauty of putting yourself in different scenarios. You get exposure to these different things and to really get a gauge on where you're at, which is fun, bro. Thought I'd be able to press a lot more than this, but this is good, humbling. Just like, and I think we don't really take it badly when we're trying to PR in the gym of like, you know, we want to strive and do stuff. Even like, not like a PB necessarily, like you don't have to like 1 rep max it. But even with this stuff, for myself, if I don't get it, I'm like, that's all right, I'll keep going, keep persisting. Same with business, bro. PRs, PBs, just about PRing every day. Do a little bit more. And just keep crushing it. And even if you don't hit it now, it's like just a matter of time, you know? You'll get there exactly when you're meant to. So let's do this again. A little bit less weight now. 15 kilograms less per side. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Okay. Ooh. One more. Come on. Okay, bring it in. Nice. And slowly. Oh my days. Okay. Oh, we. All right. I don't know if I'll have time to do one more set before Pilates ends. Might already be over, but we'll do one drop set with just the 20s on here for a little bit of pump fun. All that stuff, gosh. So me saying that reminded me of the fact that Jan and I do investing in, like, we call it pump stuff together, which is like a bit meme coin trading in that, and have those together. But even doing that, I focus on the trades that I don't do well or don't necessarily make the right call, but we're pretty good with all that stuff. And the fact that we haven't necessarily done that in a while, and I feel like I'm letting her down. So it's that easy, like literally that easy to have a thought, you catch it and then start running away and like thinking it, but then it's about cutting yourself off mid-sentence and going, oh, that negative self-talk. Only if you're deliberately playing it out to really feel the emotion fully, that's important, that's good. But there's also time to just shut that down and be like, okay, let's focus on who we want to be, you know, on what we're doing well, and build more of that instead of punishing ourselves for what we're not doing. Let's be like, what do you do well? And let's go more. Okay, forgot that I was supersetting this. All right, let's get it. There's Yana. She's probably calling me. I think she can see me waving. Or is she waving me to her? I'm not sure. That's Speedy. Go! 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 Let's go 5. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's get to Yana. She might have even ended the video by calling me. Nope, she hasn't. Okay. Well, let me put these weights away real quick and wrap up the chat, because that'll be it. I'm going to upload this, or clip these together and put them straight into YouTube. Yeah, appreciate you guys joining today, or even if the guy joining is just current Kaey-Lib being talked to by future Kaey-Lib. I definitely feel that I'm a better man for having had this workout today, even though I didn't feel like I per se, so I'm very grateful to Yana for getting me in here as a result of her wanting to come and train. And she's pushing herself to do hard things, and yeah, so primary takeaway from today is long-term focus, enjoying the craft, just business, just like bodybuilding, just like training, the art of being man. Let's keep it all gravy, baby.